We are in part two. If you want to listen to part two, Sandra has given us a lot of tips about, cultural things about her background. You can listen to part one in Haiti, how she empowered herself, changing different professions, um, how she became a skin expert, right?
Mhm.
And we want a skin expert because many people are skin experts, but they're not really experts. She told us how she became a nurse specialized in the skin, in injuries, right?
Mhm.
And then now we are. She became a skin expert to make people look their best.
Yes.
In the first part, we had like what are the right creams, what is the right routine for different ages, for different budgets. I've learned so much. It's really, really useful. So I encourage you to listen to that. And now we want to go. I wanted to separate this because it's a lot of information. And we still have Sandra with us. And in this second part, let's look at some treatments, do's, don'ts, like permanent makeup or not. There's so many treatments, and who are the right people to do it? Because many people, it's a business marketing, right?
Yes.
And you don't want to put your face in the hands of somebody that's not a real professional.
Right.
There's so many things, starting with Botox and fillers, and what I have called microneedling,
Yes.
kind of the resurfacing, and
Mhm.
many others. Can you tell us, talk to us a little bit about it? And then, guys, if you're interested, put your name, put it in comments. And if you want to talk to Sandra or connect with her, I'll send you her contact info, her email, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Or if you want another podcast with something more in depth, let us know. But let's talk about treatments.
Okay. So the first thing you do, again, you look at your face in the mirror. You know, your face is three-dimensional. You look at your face in the mirror and you say to yourself, well, what do I want to improve? Some people have fine lines and wrinkles. Oh, and let me just go back and say, since COVID, we were doing a lot of Zoom meetings, correct? And a lot of women were looking at their faces and saying, oh my God,
That's COVID's fault.
I need to do something. So that became even more popular to come and see your cosmetic center. So the first thing I would do is if you need to smooth wrinkles on your face, all right, you can get Botox. What Botox does is a neuromodulator, and it smooths the muscles. So if you're constantly squinting, your lines are going to stay that way. So when you add Botox, it relaxes your muscles so when you do squint, they don't move. Well, you want them to move a little bit because you want to be able to have expression. You don't want to have a frozen face.
And we see
So
so many
that's
of those, right? We see
you'll
on
see. Yes, you will see a lot
social
of people.
media or TV. It's like, wow, you
Yes,
look like a robot,
and you
not a
can
real
tell. You
person.
can tell. And the secret is you want to have these procedures and not to have people able to see what you've done. You want it to be very subtle. You want to look fresh. You want to look maybe 10 years younger. You don't want to be 60 and look 20. That's not going to
No,
happen.
that's not
It will
not going
not
to
look
happen.
natural.
Whatever you do.
It will not look natural. Or you can do fillers. Fillers are, if you've lost volume on your face and you want to add volume, then you would do a filler. That's something extra that you can do. So those are the two things that you can do for the inside of your face. Now we talk about microneedling, which is what I do at the doctor's office. I bought the equipment to do microneedling. I do microneedling with your blood. I take your blood. It's called PRF. I take your blood. It's spinned in a centrifuge, and I retrieve all the growth factors, the collagen, that made you look young when you were young, and have a pen that would go back and forth on your face, and it creates these little channels, and they're controlled injury. To make that very important, they're controlled injuries, and then I take your blood, and it goes into the channels on the dermis level. The top of your
Wow.
skin is called epidermis. The next layer is your dermis. That's where everything lives, okay? Your hair follicles, your sebum, making oils to your face, and all your growth factors, your collagen, your elastins. So you reach an age 50, 60, you've lost about 30% of your collagen production, and it shows on your face. You get wrinkles, you get hyperpigmentation. So when you take your blood and you incorporate it back into your skin, your body will naturally heal itself. And in 28 days, remember the cell cycle, in 28 days, now you have these cells that are rich in collagen and elastins, and it comes to the surface, and now you start to see a glowing effect. Your face starts to look younger. So that's
How long?
microneedling.
Yeah, how long do these treatments last?
The microneedling, when you do it, you would need to do 3 treatments, 1 month after another to get the full effect, and you're good for the whole year because now your body or your cells are producing the collagen. They're constantly producing the collagen. You can do it twice a year for maintenance after your first 3 treatments. So that's what you can do with microneedling. Now, we have fractal resurfacing. That's a laser, and that's another option that you can do. However, the difference between the refraction and microneedling is microneedling you could do it all year round, and it's for all skin types. Whereas the laser for the resurfacing, that is only on skin type 1 to 3. We have 6 Fitzpatrick skin types, which is your lightest person being 1, and then 6 being your darkest person. So resurfacing is not for melanated skin. So you don't want to do that. And we do that only in the winter months because the summer would really affect your skin. So that's why we only do that in the summer months. So you can do either all those if you want to. However, again, for people of color, you want to stay away from that and you do the microneedling. And you can do that all year round.
And the plasma treatment that they say that's the most amazing thing is what you were talking about? Or is it something else that they take your plasma?
So
different treatments.
So microneedling is your plasma. So PRF is platelet-rich fibrin. I used to do PRP. PRP is platelet-rich plasma, and that is the same thing as the PRF. The only difference is that the PRF is 100% your blood. With the PRP, you had to mix a outside agent to keep your blood from clotting. So were you getting 100% your blood? No. You had to put that agent in there. And PRP, the centrifuge spin at a much faster rate. Therefore, some of the growth factors were getting sunk into your blood and not coming up to the surface. And, it's on your face. Your blood is on your face doing its thing for about a couple of hours. But PRF is next generation. It's the next step. And it takes 7 days for it to build, a scaffold in your face and help you to produce the collagen. And it's also spinned at a slower pace, therefore allowing all the growth factors to come to the surface, your stem cells to come to the surface that PRP does not do. And it's more effective. It's 100% your blood. So I decided I got rid of my PRP machine and I purchased a PRF machine, and I just love it. It's very organic, it's very natural. It's your own body healing itself.
Yeah, and what about the collagen? We talk a lot about collagen. Well, for people that don't know, I know because sometimes we hear words all the time, but we really don't know what it means.
Yes.
Right? It's about explain to us in a simple way what it is, and we know that we lose it, eventually every year after 25, yes. Right?
Mm-hmm,
and all these things that they sell as marketing, this builds collagen, or this powder, or this drink, or this. What do we do with all that? What is the reality of collagen?
Right. So collagen, what is collagen? Collagen is a protein. It's a structural protein, and it helps to build structure of your skin. So that's what we need. Our skin is our shield, right? It shields us from everything on the inside. So if you have a weak shield, then you're going to have problems. So that's what collagen does. It's what gives you that youthfulness. It what gives you the structure, the strength of your skin. So it is important to have collagen. A lot of products will have collagen in it, which is great. Drinking collagen is another good thing. A natural type of collagen would be like a bone broth. Okay, a lot of collagen in the bone broth.
And for vegetarians?
For vegetarian, you would have to either get the powder, one that is either plant-based. You can do that. So those are your options. Plant-based.
And it works.
Yes.
It works.
It works. You have to be consistent. That's the thing. Okay, you have to be consistent, and it works.
Yeah, and talk to us a little bit about like what are the budgets or people that are in a budget? What do you recommend really as a basic thing? They say, I'm in a budget, but I really want to improve the way I look. I'm aging. I want to do. What will be some of those treatments that can make you look good and not like burn your credit card?
Okay, that's kind of tough because you walk into an office, everything is expensive. You're not going to find anything that's inexpensive, although you can do a facial. You can get a facial. That's very inexpensive. You can start with that. The facial helps the outside of your skin. All right. So if you get the Botox and you get the fillers, but the texture of your skin is not quite right, it's not going to show any improvement. So you want to start with a clean palate, which is your skin, your face. So a facial, I would start with a facial. And you can do facials monthly if you want to. If you want a great exfoliating experience, we have something called a carbon peel, which is what I did for you. And that's inexpensive. And what that does is put a black mask on, and we have a laser that breaks up the mask. And what it does, it breaks up all the dead skin, and it gives you a nice bright glow to your face. So that's something else that you can do. Botox and fillers, you say to yourself, well, what is more important? Do I want to get rid of fine lines and wrinkles, or do I want to build volume? And if you have enough volume, then you don't need that. You can do the Botox. Start off with a little bit, a couple of units, and see how that goes. And if you need more, you can do more. Save up for it. What else do we do? Laser hair removal. We can do that also. If you have hair on your face that you want to get rid of, then you can start small. Do a small area first for a couple of treatments, and then work your way up to other places of your body.
Okay. And what about now? We look great now, and let's go to makeup.
Yes.
What about the permanent makeup? What do you have to say about that?
Okay.
What do you recommend it for?
So permanent makeup, I have, you can see my eyebrows. So it's called brow shadow.
Yeah.
So I am so happy I did that. Like, my brows were very scarce, and every morning I had to take a pencil and, draw in the brows, and I don't have time for that. So we do have an artist at the Dr. Kipavas's office, and she's our makeup artist. She does the brows, she does the lip blush, if you're interested in that. So, that you can do. That's something that you can do to fix imperfections.
And look perfect when you get up in the morning, right? Oh,
in
my
the morning.
Makeup is on.
Yes. Makeup, I always say keep it simple. Just keep it simple. You use if you use a foundation, you can use a foundation. If you have a sunscreen, a tinted sunscreen is good also. Blush, maybe a little mascara, eyeliner, lipstick, and that's it. Just keep it simple. If you put too much on your face, you have a high risk of getting clogged pores.
Yeah, and it doesn't look real. And I have to give you an advice, because I'm very conscious about free of pesticides and natural things. When you go to any of these shops like Sephora or Ulta or others, there are some brands that are more vegan or they are more natural, and you can see the signs. So ask for them, because it makes a difference. Some of them you don't know what chemicals there are there, right? Even brands that you know. But there are eco-friendly brands that are good for your skin, because it's something you're putting in you and it absorbs in your system.
Exactly.
So that's my recommendation too.
Exactly. And also fragrance-free. If you can get products that are fragrance-free, that would be a benefit, because anything with fragrance sometimes can be synthetic, sometimes can be harmful and very irritating to the skin. So if you find products if you were to go find products, try to find products that are fragrance free.
Okay, thank you so much. So guys, here is like part one, part two. We have a lot of stuff going on and we got very educated and I had a lot of fun with you. I hope you guys had too. But now let's go quickly. Lost in translation. I want to know because I was reading some of the things that Sandra sent me and it was like, wow, lost in translation. Some words, lost in translation are words that or expressions that don't make any sense, and we use them, right?
Yes.
So let's see. I was looking at "give me my head." What is that? Give me my head.
So in Creole, and I grew up listening to this. My mother would say it all the time. Bum tête moi. Bum tête moi is Creole, and it's saying, give me my head. In other words, if you were, let's say, on the phone or you were watching television and the kids are running around, they're screaming, and you would say, oh my God, bum tête moi. In other words, like give me my head, give me peace, give me quiet. So that's what that means.
Tell us another one that's crazy, like another one. Leave your father's head alone.
Oh my God. I say that to my bird. I have a bird, and the bird is always into things, and I always say that to her. So yes, what is it?
Quítate papá tranquilo.
Yeah, keep tête papa tranquille. Meaning, leave tête papa, your father's head alone. It has nothing to do with your father or keeping your father's head alone. It's a funny thing, and growing up, I always would listen to that, and I would say to my mother, well, why are you saying that? What does that mean? It just means like to chill out, chill out, relax, just relax. So that's what that means.
Thank you so much. Well, so many, but we'll leave them for another time.
Yes, yeah.
Let's go to confessions. Do you have anything to confess?
Okay, so there are two things. I think I mentioned before with when I was going to school, I told my mother that I was going for psychology, but I actually, I lied. I told her that I was going into theater. So that was that's one confession. Another confession.
Did you ever tell your mother?
No. I never told her. But this other confession, I'm almost embarrassed to say. As a nurse, I tell my clients, make sure you eat the right foods, make sure you drink a lot of water. Well, I'm not a water drinker. So I only drink to thirst. I don't drink a lot of water, like, 8 glasses of water. No, I don't do that. I drink when I'm thirsty. So that's a little confession that I have to tell you.
A little confession. That's bad. You have to put your alarm. My husband, put your phone, drink water, right?
I know.
Good. And recipe time. Oh, I was looking forward to this moment because this is an amazing recipe.
Yes.
Can you tell us about it?
It's called soup jumeau. And if you go to any Haitian house, January the 1st, they will feed you soup jumeau. And what that is, it stems back to when we won our independence. As slaves, my ancestors were, they would make this soup for their oppressors. And they were not allowed to eat it. It was like a luxury soup. So, and when they won their independence, out of deviance, that was the first thing that they did to represent their independence, was to make this soup January the 1st. And it's made out of calabasa squash. It's like a Caribbean pumpkin. And you can use beef, chicken, whatever protein that you want. There's potatoes, there's sweet potatoes, there's pasta. There's so many, it's like a comfort food. There's so many things put in this soup, and it takes almost all day to do it. People get up early in the morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, January 1st, and they make this soup.
What a great way to start the year, right?
Yes.
Guys, maybe you can do it even if you're not Haitian.
Yes.
We'll put the recipe
delicious.
down
delicious.
below. Thank you so much. And do you have any books, movies, something you want to recommend for us?
So as far as movies, I don't have a favorite movie, but, I like movies that keep my interest. There are movies like that have a twist to it, where you didn't see it coming. The elephant is in the room, but you don't see it until you
I love those too.
Oh, at the end of the movie, you're like,
if I can move forward, I have to repress myself to not go forward. That's my confession.
So those are the types of movies that I like. And books, I read a lot of educational books, but when I was in college, there was one book that still stays in my mind. It's called Bridges of Madison County.
There's also a movie about that.
They made a movie with Meryl Streep and Clint Eastwood, I think. Yeah. And, she's a country wife. She has 2 kids. Her husband goes away for a couple of days, and she meets this guy who is a photographer. They have an affair for 4 days, and she's allowed to be herself. And it's time. Her husband is back. It's time for the photographer to go away. And she.
Don't give it. Give it away. No, okay. Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
She had to make a decision. So again, making decisions. When you make decisions, we make decisions every day of our lives, right? What am I going to have for dinner? What am I going to wear today? Those are simple decisions, but you have some decisions that will have consequences. So you have to, struggle. And in the scene, she is struggling. She's in tears and she's struggling. Should I, do this, or should I do something else? And she chose the right thing to do
for her.
And her family.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, we don't give it. But
we're not going to give it
away. But this is a great way, finishing the show for today. We went through a lot of things. This was so exciting. And you know what? I like to finish it with this, and that everything in life is a choice, and every choice has a consequence.
Absolutely.
Right? It doesn't have to be bad, but it can be one or the other, one outcome. If you don't do anything, there are consequences too. So it's better to do something, right?
Absolutely. And you know what else? I always say that, your consequences or your experiences, don't take it as a negative experience or a negative consequence. Just take it as a lesson, and you learn from that lesson and you move on.
Obstacles are the best teachers.
Absolutely.
Right? Thank you so much. So, amigos, I hope you were interested, leave us a comment. It's very important for us to leave a comment, and also share it if you like. And if you want to contact with Sandra, let us know. And you have any questions or any subjects you want her to develop in other podcasts, let us know too. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, Sandra, very much. And we have to go now.
Okay? You're so welcome.
And I have to get all the ingredients for the soup that I will make this weekend. Why not?
Absolutely.
Don't wait for January 1st.
Absolutely.
Don't wait when you can do something now, right?
Exactly.
I will make it for sure on January 1st. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
You're so welcome. You have a good day.